Greetings, my name is Neo Letswalo. I'm a PhD candidate at the University of Johannesburg, and I'm also a research associate at the 4IR Digital Policy Research Unit within the Department of Politics and International Relations. I also serve as the president of the BRICS Plus Youth Chapter within the Witwatersrand University. And not so long ago, I was invited in a dialogue hosted by the Chinese Consulate General in Johannesburg. My topic touched mainly on youth involvement in BRICS Plus relation, and as I actually emphasized in the conversation that BRICS Plus being a contested multilateral entity, it shouldn't actually replicate what the traditional Western-oriented multilateral institutions are currently propelling, but should supersede and become very exemplary in roping in young people in decision making. And as we can look at the China-Africa relation, I think young people can offer so much, especially in terms of the implementation of the One Belt, One Road initiative and holistically towards the sustainable development goals. For example, one of the examples that I can think of right now is that many young people in the continent have currently ventured in entrepreneurial, entities, especially in the construction sector. And China having one of the most successful infrastructural companies that are currently doing wonders in China, as we saw during COVID-19, that one of the construction company took about 10 days to build the hospital. And I think that, young people can learn some of the models, strategies, technologies that are currently employed by these companies and also implement those particular strategies that they've learned on the other side in their respective countries. And I think also one of the important aspects that we should also look into is in terms of climate change. I think young people in the continent are currently active in terms of climate action, and most of their entities or organizations are currently implementing solutions to ensure that they mitigate the climate disasters. And one of the things that I like about one of the solutions that we currently possess in the African continent in terms of climate change are that most of them originate from our tradition. So, for instance, in terms of weather predictions, we know that there are certain signals that we can see in terms of the birds that are flying. We can see in terms of the trees that are currently here, and we are actually taking that indigenous knowledge and amalgamating it with the technological advancement to ensure that we provide timely solutions to the climate disasters. And I think that, with One Belt, One Road, they're also raising a lot of environmental concerns. I think young people can actually look into that, can actually participate meaningfully into that program in terms of remedying the situation. And but I think we must also give applaud to the current exchange student programs that have been happening in the previous years. We saw a lot of scholarship being offered in China for African students to study in universities and the other way around. But I think that this particular exchange shouldn't only be limited to institutions of higher learning, but also we should look into ways in which how we can actually rope in ordinary youth who are currently out of school to participate meaningfully in the China-Africa relation. Thank you so much.